Hey guys, this is Paris Vent, and I'm joined by
Kirby Fair 25.
and
And
Skyrim.
Skyrim Gamer.
And today we're going to be streaming on Team 84 because together we make a team with 84. And yeah, today's topic of the day on this podcast is the coronavirus and how it has affected the world so far.
Yeah. YouTube's actually already getting all like
Oh,
I don't want to call it YouTuber, but I'm just saying it's already getting kind of like delete happy with
well,
coronavirus related stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
I just want to point this out. I'm still sick, so sorry if I'm not as perky as I usually am.
yeah, and this is a live stream today instead of a normal type of video because we can. We just want to test it out today.
So, we'll be monitoring the stream as it's going on,
I'm going
obviously.
to dual screen YouTube and the outline that we have. So today's topic of the day, at least right now, is canceled events.
First topic's canceled events.
Yes, it is. Do you need a link to the outline?
I'm just gonna be going off by what you're saying. So,
Okay, so canceled events is actually happening a lot because of this. There's actually a limit by the CDC of 10 people per event before they recommend there's no one else going to it. Such as the NBA actually canceled their event.
yeah,
I heard
a
that
lot
it
of
was the
places been
first
canceling.
time they've ever actually canceled an event because of anything. I don't know if it's true or not.
You,
Yeah.
eh.
Also, there's hockey teams. The hockey is being canceled.
Yeah, they're canceling everything. And
No, like
They're even canceling school. Like the United States put a state of emergency, causing all schools in Wisconsin to have to shut down.
I know that kind of bites.
Yeah, and at least kids are still having to do online schooling. So,
I was gonna say, do you really expect kids to go to online schooling?
well, if they don't want to have to
I have
go
to almost
to,
go until the end of the year and into our summer, so we don't do it. So
yeah,
Yeah, so
online, they're gonna have to do online schooling. I hear
I
that
feel like getting out of school early. So
the state of emergency
and like
also is, from what I hear, they're trying to have the state of
July,
emergency
August,
have people be able to stay home if they can't go into work and still get paid by the
and
government.
yeah, that makes sense because of the virus. Isn't it airborne contagious?
That's what I hear. That is airborne and not like physical contact. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just airborne contagious.
The WWE canceled their events.
Mm-hmm. And there was a thing. I'm pretty sure all of you know John Cena, but there was a thing where he did an interview on what it was going to be like to do a show without anybody in the stadium
Yeah.
because they still had to do WWE shows like Friday Night SmackDown, but they did it with people only watching on TV.
What did they say about that? Or what did he say?
I mean, I haven't watched the interview, but it's going to be kind of weird because, like, again, usually there's a bunch of people there and you're only doing it to TV.
There's also going into the first episode of our podcast, the gaming one. They had to
Uh huh.
cancel E3.
And we talked about that in the last podcast, didn't we?
Yeah, they actually closed it, and game developers are trying to do a Nintendo Direct thing. At least some of them. Let me pull up my desktop share real quick so I can show them something about it. Okay.
Uh huh.
Let me pull it up. Okay, so as you guys can see, what is it for E3 2020 cancel could mean for the future? People are saying they're gonna do a thing called Nintendo Direct. They're gonna be trying to do something like that. However, that is not confirmed or denied from some of the companies. However, major companies like Epic Games and Microsoft and Sony have all claimed they're already working on stuff like that for their games. They've even had to cancel yearly conventions too that people regularly attend, such as Fenral Equinox, if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's pronounced like that.
And the CDC has a 10% limit. We already discussed that. The UK is on lockdown.
The entirety of the UK?
Like, I think the London or England part, something like that.
Spain and all that have been on official lockdown since, like, yesterday.
Well, now they are on just lockdown. There's no one going to be able to leave, go out, and inside sources, I'm not going to say who it is, but actual inside sources have said that some of the ISPs in the UK are thinking of throttling the internet speeds for stuff such as YouTube and Netflix and other entertainment websites to make space for websites such as Skype or Discord used for education.
Yeah, so they're pretty much just, like, completely
Taking-
downing everything
Yeah. The
because
United
of this.
A lot of the governments, though, in the United States are taking, not even the United States and the world, are taking actions. So this is not a new thing.
Isn't President Donald Trump cutting off travel to, like, Germany and Ireland and other places?
From what I hear, yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are cutting travel to a lot of places to help quarantine the spread and help prevent it from going places. Even a case got into the North Korea, and he was executed when he was found out he did have the coronavirus.
Yeah, I heard Kim Jong-un himself executed, not executed.
He executed the person.
Yeah, they executed the person who had it.
They got it like.
What? You kind of cut out.
Execute someone if they have a corona.
Can you speak up, please? Otherwise, we'll just move on. Okay.
What were you trying to say?
I have you up at 200 volume, and I still can't understand you.
Should we just,
Move on?
yeah.
Okay, we'll just move on. I think he is busy doing something.
He might have died.
Like,
Don't know.
So, the government is
Still don't know, it's
taking efforts to help prevent it, as we said. A lot of places have already declared local and state of emergencies after the United States declared one itself. They're like in Illinois.
I'm on Nexus Mods, okay? It ain't my fault.
In Illinois, they are supposedly going to be locking down or closing restaurants and bars because people inside of there did not obey orders to stay inside. So they would be closing public events completely. Pretty much because they didn't listen to them when they said the city was quarantined and do not go places.
It just gives us an excuse to stay inside and record more games.
And to make more content for you guys.
I know. So, if you haven't, you don't have to, but if you haven't subbed to this one and subbed to all of our individual channels, I don't know if you left the link in the description, because, again, I haven't checked the description.
I don't remember what the description was. I said it this morning.
So we were preparing for this stream already.
Yeah. Celebrities are even getting this case.
Didn't Tom Hanks get this?
Yeah, Tom Hanks got it.
Yeah, that was kind of sad.
Hang on. Let me see cases.
Hi, Matt.
Okay, I found a list of celebrities who actually got it. Ooh, okay, this is actually... That's a lot of people. Jeez. Someone named Idris Elba, who... Ooh, he's an actor. So actors, everyone is getting it. There's even a case where NBA player, I think it was NBA player, got
Everybody's
it.
getting it.
And when he was making a public statement, he licked and touched all the mics while walking away.
Well, serves him right then.
After saying that the coronavirus doesn't scare him.
And he got it?
Yep.
Well, that serves him.
This virus
Hold on,
is...
I'm just doing stuff with the comments in the video. Hold on.
This virus is just spreading like wildfire. I hear that he had it before that, though, and he was just talking about it. I didn't watch the entire thing, so I could be wrong. Okay, and then our next topic is how much Skyrim Gamer loves his gay gif. A lot.
Yes, that's a very, very hot topic right now.
Yes, especially among the Team 84 members. He watches it every day. He could not live without it. And, okay, you know what else? He sent me so
What?
many of them that I'm definitely totally not lying.
Totally, no.
No. Wow,
So, like...
his coughing proves it.
So, like, I just wanted to elaborate more on this Trump closing things. Wasn't there, like... He closed off many... I can't even talk. He's closing off many travel places, like... He said to himself to, like, avoid discretionary travel or something.
Yeah, he's
It
trying
used to be-
to stop people from traveling locally.
It used to be just, one place, then he expanded it to Europe and the like, UK, Ireland, those places. According to the Washington Post, it said that Spain and France took drastic measures to fight the coronavirus.
A lot of places are, actually.
And apparently Georgia, actually, they had a presidential primary planned, but they delayed it due to the virus.
They did?
Yeah, they delayed their presidential primary due to the coronavirus.
Then, isn't the election still happening tomorrow, though, for us?
I think the election's happening tomorrow, but they delayed the primary.
That's...
Where?
Also, the deaths for the coronavirus have passed 6,500
Really?
Worldwide.
And isn't it also rapidly increasing fast?
Yeah, it's increasing very fast.
The death toll?
Yeah, the death toll is rapidly increasing.
That is not good. I hope everyone is staying safe.
I do too. And there is a link in the description to information about the coronavirus provided by the CDC, right?
Yeah.
You can check that out.
Hang on.
I think there's a couple official Twitter pages specifically for information about the coronavirus.
Okay, so this should work. Hang on.
Oh, this is news. Okay. 13 minutes ago. This is from CNN International on Twitter. Chinese billionaire Jack Ma, co-founder of Alibaba, I don't know how to pronounce it, says he will donate masks, test kits, and protective suits to all countries in Africa to help the continent in its fight against the coronavirus.
Really?
This was less than 15 minutes ago on Twitter. You know, you gotta like the comment.
So,
Or like it.
CNN International, you said?
Yep, CNN International.
Hang on, give me a second to find it. I don't know if you can hear how fast I'm typing.
Yeah, also around 15 minutes ago, the New York Times, countries across the globe are closing their borders, locking down cities, and banning gatherings. China recorded just one new local case of the coronavirus. Huh. Most of the U.S. economy is grinding to a halt and may remain that way for months.
Thailand, according to Reuters, Thailand reports 30 new coronavirus cases, totaling 117, officials say.
And, like, where you are...
Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively donates $1 million to charity amid coronavirus by U.S. Weekly on MSN.com.
If you're donating, that's good. If you fear that you're getting the coronavirus, stay inside. You know,
Call a local doctor and schedule yourself a doctor's appointment immediately.
I don't want to, like, say batten down the hatches or anything, but still, it's airborne, contagious.
Even if you're young, I would recommend you stay indoors because you don't want to infect someone who is older than you and is more vulnerable. Because that would be really bad. We have to actually help protect our elders.
And according to National Public Radio, health officials have identified thousands of coronavirus across the U.S. since late January.
Really? That's... McDonald's closing dining rooms in response to coronavirus by Wall Street Journal.
The live updating map says that it shows a full list of the states here. There have been, like, for your state, in New York, there have been 967 cases, 10 deaths. Washington, there has been 904 cases, but 48 deaths. California, 557 cases, 7 deaths. Massachusetts, 197 cases, but no deaths. New Jersey, there have been 178 cases, 2 deaths. Colorado, 160 cases, 1 death. Florida, there have been 155 cases and 5 deaths. Louisiana, there have been 136 cases and 3 deaths. Georgia, 121 cases, 1 death. For Illinois, Texas, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Michigan, Tennessee, and Ohio, there have been no deaths.
Good.
And for Texas, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Michigan, Tennessee, and Ohio, there have been less than 100 cases. Wisconsin, there have been 47 cases, but no deaths. Let's see. Let me look at some of the higher places here. Most of them, there haven't been any deaths. There's only been 1 case in North Dakota. There haven't been any in West Virginia yet. West Virginia is the only state right now without a coronavirus case.
Good for them, but that is probably going to change quickly.
The highest places are Washington, California, and New York right now.
Well, some of the symptoms, if you think you have it, and especially if you're in North Virginia or West Virginia, what was it?
Yeah, West Virginia hasn't had any cases.
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama, take me home.
With
Country
the
roads.
symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath. So, some of the symptoms of the coronavirus is fever, cough, and shortness of breath, as I just said, which means if you have those, then you should see a doctor, especially if you're older of age. And
do you happen to know what cases, or not cases, but do you happen to know what ages are more at risk to the coronavirus than others?
I can quickly check. I'm pretty sure they say on this website.
I'm pretty sure older cases are more at risk.
Yeah. That's what I hear. Okay. I found a map of cases.
Skyrim Gamer, do you have anything to say about the coronavirus?
Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up a map real quick. Let me do this.
Sorry, I'm just editing the tags for this live stream.
Um,
Okay, so this is a map of the cases according to the CDC.
The highest places are in New York, Washington, and California.
I don't know if you guys said this already, but total cases are 3,487 for the cases in the coronavirus. In the U.S.
It says the total cases. I mean, I'm going by NPR.org,
Run by
which, by the way,
CDC.
I will put the link in the stream chat.
The total deaths are 68.
I'll put the link to NPR in the stream chat if you guys watching want to see them. But here we go. That is the link if any of you want it.
Okay, so Washington has a range of 501 to 1,000, 708 cases in Washington.
Community transmission, yes. According to NPR.org, the total U.S. cases right now, which it says it's updating live, but the total U.S. cases right now are 4,556, and there have been 85 total deaths in the U.S.
Rhode Island, 21
This is what I wanted, people.
Massachusetts. What is that?
There we go. That's more like it.
Lauren, what did he just post in the chat?
What do you mean? What you just posted in the chat? I just posted the.
I mean, no. Look at what Lauren just posted in the stream chat.
Not what I wanted.
I mean, I can't go down, so.
No.
What was that? Two homeless men. What do you have copied to your clipboard, son?
No.
Should I be concerned? Boy. Okay.
Your thing's kind of crashing, but anyway.
Who?
I was gonna say, it says I'm looking for live coronavirus updates.
How to protect yourself, and if you think you're sick, according to the CDC, they say to stay home, stay in touch with your doctor, and avoid public transportation.
Travel related is 205. Close contact is 214.
Stay away from.
If we look onto the
on this investigation, which that makes a total of 3,187. Yeah.
Is that link in the description to the live counter for the coronavirus? How many cases?
What do you mean?
Because there is a website where you can actually look at the live coronavirus. It'll update live
Oh,
on how many cases there have been.
is it the NPR website you sent?
No, that's just the
There is
map.
There is zero as of today.
Oh, Worldometers. That's it. According to
January
Worldometer, which apparently is updating live, there have been
14th was 2. January 17th has 0. Not today, but you know.
the total deaths around the world right now have exceeded a little over 7,000. The global cases are almost at 183,000, and recovered are at almost 80,000.
I see the cases are 182,609.
Okay, we all know that.
It says 723 for me.
This map includes states in
The current graph for the age is
It's gotta be.
the highest have been in people 80 plus years old.
Here's a
The
heat
confirmed cases for the death rate have been 21.9% in 80 plus years old.
So I
Death
guess
rate all cases have been 14.8%. 0 to 9 years old, there have been no fatalities.
How about for teenagers?
10 to 19 years old, there's only been a 0.2% death rate. There have been no confirmed deaths.
Strange.
So, if you are above 80 years old. Be sure to protect yourself. I hate to say it, but you are the most at risk.
Especially during the state of emergencies. I'm Some power companies, such as in Minnesota and some parts of Wisconsin, are saying that if you are behind on your billing, they will not shut off your power because of the state of emergency that Donald Trump declared. So if you're in Minnesota
So,
and behind,
by
don't worry.
sex, like, I'm pretty sure you know sex, gender, confirmed death rate in male has been 4.7%. Death rate all cases has been 2.8%. For female, the confirmed cases have been 2.8%, and the death rate all cases for female has been 1.7%.
So it isn't sexist.
So men are more at risk. And the pre-existing conditions that make the coronavirus more deadly are mostly cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, hypertension, cancer. Those are the 5 main things that make the coronavirus worse.
Do you know where the world thermometer is getting its sources from?
883 recover from this. That's
Okay, Skyrim Gamer. You need to speak up. We can hardly understand you. Ooh, the total cases have skyrocketed, actually. If you look at the graph. And so is the deaths.
So, looking at the total countries, well, I mean, China's going to be the highest, obviously, but...
Shortness of breath are the symptoms, so...
We already established that.
I don't think...
If you look at the places where... If you look at the places where the virus has appeared, China is number 1. Then it's Italy, Iran, Spain, North Korea, Germany, France, United States, Switzerland, United Kingdom, Japan, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Belgium, Austria, Denmark, Malaysia, Canada, Australia, Qatar, I don't know how to pronounce that one, Greece, Czech Republic, Portugal, Israel, Finland, Slovenia, Singapore, Brazil, Bahrain, Ireland, Estonia, Iceland, Pakistan, Poland, Romania, Egypt, Chile, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Iraq.
This is a
So let's see
lot.
The list goes on, guys. The list goes on.
Let me try to pronounce it all. China, Italy, Iran, Spain, South Korea,
Then it goes to
Germany,
Saudi
France,
Arabia,
USA,
India, Kuwait, maybe, I don't know.
Switzerland, UK,
San Marino,
Netherlands,
Lebanon,
Norway,
United
Sweden,
Arab,
Belgium, Australia, Denmark, Japan,
Russia, Peru, Mexico, Slovakia.
Diamond Princess,
Is there any place it hasn't been to?
Malaysia, Canada, Australia. Okay, Skyrim Gamer, can you please speak up?
I was gonna say, is there any... This is last updated today, so... let me look at the symptoms again for anybody who didn't get it.
The symptoms are...
The main symptoms are fever, cough, and shortness of breath.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
And
say those are the 3 main symptoms for anyone who didn't get it.
yeah, and you should stay home and
Which you don't
still
have,
consult a
so-
doctor and avoid the public transportation
the cough.
systems if you think you have it. The most important part is to
population,
schedule yourself a doctor's appointment. Not just walk in, schedule one, and tell them that you think you might have it. Because
I was gonna say, this is just reading off, again, worldometers.info.
I'm reading my
total
sources
cases
from
in the US.
cdc.gov.
In some patients, particularly the elderly and others with other chronic health conditions, these symptoms could develop into pneumonia with tight chestness, chest pain, and shortness of breath. It seems to start with a fever followed by a dry cough. After a week, it can lead to shortness of breath, with about 20% of patients requiring hospital treatment.
If you guys want more information, you can go to team84official.gq/coronavirus.
And will it be posting information?
It has sources. It has links to information. If you go to it.
Notably, the COVID-19 infection rarely seems to cause a runny nose, sneezing, or sore throat. These symptoms have been observed in only about 5% of patients. Sore throat, sneezing, and stuffy nose are most often signs of a cold. Based on all 72,314 cases of COVID-19 confirmed, suspected, and asymptomatic cases in China as of February 11th, a paper by the Chinese CCDC, released on February 17th and published in the Chinese Journal of Epidemiology, has found this information. 80.9% of infections are mild, with flu-like symptoms, and you can recover at home. 13.8% are severe, developing severe diseases like pneumonia and shortness of breath. 4.7% is critical and can include respiratory failure, septic shock, and multi-organ failure. In about 2% of recorded cases, the virus is fatal. Risk of death increases the older you are. There, I'm going to do this in the chat, actually, because people need to know this.
Incubation period for the quarantine period should be 2 to 14 days.
I'll also put it on screen once you put in chat.
If you somehow happen to get it.
Okay, Skyrim Gamer, we still cannot hear you. Can you please speak up?
But this is good to know. For anybody watching, the risk of death increases the older you get.
I'm gonna put that on screen.
That's important to know. Okay, this is also good to know. Relatively few cases are seen among children.
And they are normally just carriers, from what I understand. They are normal children, and teenagers are normally just carriers. And they do not show as bad of symptoms. However, they still can spread it to older folk. So that is also very important to know.
Again, this could be important, but if you want examples as to what to look for, it actually varies. Like, no joke, it actually varies. These are examples of possible development of symptoms, and these are all from actual confirmed cases. A man in his 40s in Japan said that on the first day he had it, I don't know what that is, but he had malaise and muscle pain and later diagnosed with a pneumonia. A man in his 60s in Japan said he had initial symptoms of low-grade fever. Another man in his 40s in Japan said that on the first day he had chills, sweating, and malaise, and on the fourth day he said he had fever, muscle pain, and cough. A woman in her 70s in Japan, they're all in Japan, a woman in her 70s claimed that on the day one, she had a 38-degree fever for a few minutes. Why does it say she went on a book? Okay. On the fifth day, she visited a medical institution, and on the sixth day, she showed classic symptoms of pneumonia. Another woman in Japan, holy crap, a lot of Japan, had a low-grade fever on the first day. A second day had a 38-degree fever, and day 6 she was being treated at home.
Okay,
A man in his 60s in Japan had a cold the first day. Day 6 had a fever of 39 degrees Celsius, which is around 102 degrees. And on the 8th day, he had a pneumonia. Oh, God.
It seems that it's built in stages.
Oh, God, okay.
Okay, so
another patient in China with a history of listen to this part. He had a history of type 2 diabetes and hypertension. It said on January 22nd, he had a fever and cough. And on February 5th, he died.
Oh god.
So what is the symptoms order again?
He died.
Mostly cold, fever, and pneumonia symptoms. The first death in the Philippines was a 44-year-old Chinese woman thought to have had other pre-existing health conditions. She had a fever, cough, and sore throat, was hospitalized for it. She then developed severe pneumonia, and on February 2nd, she was confirmed dead. And if you want to know how long the symptoms last, here's some information. It doesn't provide much, but using available preliminary data, the report of the Wuhan, China Joint Mission published on February 28th by Wuhan, which is based on almost 56,000 confirmed cases, observed the following median time from symptoms onset to clinical recovery. The mild cases were around 2 weeks. The severe or critical diseases were cured around 3 to 6 weeks. And the time from the onset to the developing of the severe disease, which includes hypoxia, whatever that is, was about a week's time. Among the patients who have died, the time from when they first developed the symptoms to the time that it was most bad was around 2 to 8 weeks. It's all good to know, actually.
They last for 2 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, around 2 to 8 weeks is when it becomes the worst.
What is that source? What is the source for this information?
Worldometers.info. Do you want me to post it in the group chat?
Yeah.
Or not group chat, but on the YouTube chat?
Post in the group chat.
Why don't you just do that? That'd be
I'll do it for both.
works too. That's what I was on. The worldmeters.info. Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Mm-hmm. So, findings from the Wang et al. Wang study published on GAMA and based on 138 hospitalized patients. The common symptoms: 98.6% of 138 patients had a fever. 69.6% had fatigue, and 59.4% had a dry cough.
2 to 14 days represents a current official estimated range for the novel coronavirus or COVID-19. So about 2 to 14 days in quarantine.
So what we're taking out of this is that symptoms can develop very fast and can vary.
Yeah, they can develop fast or slow, depending on what you...
Depending on, like, what symptoms you've had. Had already.
And how, like, old you are, I guess.
The around the middle time observed, so around the average time from the very first symptom you get to dyspnea, which is the medical term for shortness of breath. It takes around when you first get it to then about 5 days, and then from the very first symptom to you needing to be hospitalized, that's around a week, and then from first symptom to ARDS, which stands for acute respiratory distress syndrome, which is around 8 days. So pretty much straight, it can take about 8 days for your respiratory system to be totally effed, pretty much. And reading down the line of how quick the symptom can develop from the first one all the way down to how slow. Number 1 is fever, and it can develop within a couple days. And then I'm just reading them down. Fever, fatigue, dry cough, anorexia. Wow. Myalgia. I don't know what that is. Dyspnea, which is shortness of breath. Expectoration. What the hell are these words?
Probably medical terms or made up.
Phrygmalgia. Diarrhea, nausea, dizziness, headache, vomiting, abdominal pain. And hospital admission. Yeah, then it comes hospital admission, dyspnesia, and ARDS.
Jesus, that's...
This thing kills. Oh, myalgia is muscle pain, by the way.
So, one of the symptoms is myalgia?
Yeah. 44% get dysmalgia. No, myalgia. Okay, this is something different. This is based on 41 hospitalized patients who were confirmed to have been hospitalized. When they were first treated, this is what they found that they had. 98% had a fever, 76% had a cough, 44% had muscle pain or fatigue, 28% had sputum production, which means you're just coughing up stuff, 8% had a headache, 5% had hemoptysis, which is coughing up blood, and 3% had diarrhea. I can't believe only 3% would actually have diarrhea.
So it's not that common of a symptom.
Yeah. This is totally unrelated, but Anthony's on Discord now, which is weird.
I hope he doesn't join.
Just tell him not to.
If he does, just kick him.
No, he's not.
Honestly.
I don't
Okay.
have him as a friend.
Okay.
I suppose I could.
This is about 99 hospitalized patients. This is a longer list. 83% had a fever, 82% had cough, 31% had shortness of breath, 11% had muscle ache, 9% had confusion, 8% headache, 5% had a sore throat, rhinorrhea, runny nose, had 4%, 2% had chest pain, 2% had diarrhea, nausea and vomiting, 1%. More than 90% of them had more than one sign or symptom. And about 15% had either fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Man.
That is a lot of symptoms, honestly.
That's what we're getting out of this, is that it's just bad all along, all through the whole. If you get it.
Okay. Okay, this is more information. This is more information. You may have little to no symptoms. You may not know you may not know you have symptoms of COVID-19 because they are quote unquote similar to a cold or flu. Symptoms may take up to 14 days to appear after exposure to the virus. This is the longest known infectious period for this virus. Oh, you can have pneumonia in both lungs. In severe cases, infection can lead to death. Typical symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, that may progress to a severe pneumonia causing shortness of breath and breathing difficulties. I'm just looking up information now. This is all horrible.
Horrible. Of course, it's
Terrible.
a horrible
Okay, so
virus,
looking up.
whatever you call it.
As of March 17, 2020, 7,714 or 174 people have died.
No, not right.
And looking up the total deaths, like a graph of the total deaths, around January 22nd to March 17th, which is now, it has gone up. And it seems to have had the most increase between March 10th and now.
That's bad. What was the website for the...
Worldometers.info.
Okay, I'm gonna put that up on stream so people can see it.
The daily deaths, the highest amount of daily deaths was March 15th, and there was 686 deaths.
Okay,
Man.
This just...
Governments are being forced to limit where people can go, what they can do, and how many can gather.
There was around a 10% increase in deaths from March 15th to now.
Put this on.
Mortality rate. Okay. Sure.
Yo, there's the set I am home.
Initial estimate was 2%. Okay. We don't know how many were infected. When you look at how many people have died, you need to look at how many people were infected, and right now we don't know that number, so it is early to put a percentage on that.
Of more than 10 and asked Americans to stay away from bars, restaurants, and food courts for the next 15 days and not to travel if possible.
Let me get this up.
Is there anything else we can mention about the coronavirus?
Hang on. There we go. I just put a live count of how many cases there are confirmed.
And how many confirmed cases have there been?
182,725.
That's how many confirmed cases there are.
Yes.
I might have to look up how many confirmed deaths there are.
5 cases.
Confirmed coronavirus deaths.
We say we're gonna have a special guest on.
Around
Gamer just
7.
subscribed. Thank you.
Who just subscribed?
It just gave me Skyrim Gamer just subscribed. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, if you guys need help on this and need emotional support, you can consult your doctor. Remember that. What else can we say about it?
I don't know. We've kind of.
We've been...
Oh, by the way, bullet is spelled B-U-L-L-E-T. By the way, just letting you know.
What?
I'm just letting you know. Bullet is spelled with an E, not an I.
Yeah, I totally realized that.
Again, I just want to point it out because I feel like it's important. You may not know you have it.
It can lie
because
dormant.
It's very similar to the flu, so you may not know you have it.
I not know you have it, but you still may have it.
Yeah, you still may have it, but you might not know it.
Right, or something like that.
There's 6 likes on this already.
The virus. Let me add this.
What else can we say? I mean,
Say everything we could about it.
We've been talking about this for the past 45 minutes.
We could move on to a different topic, if you guys so choose.
I mean, this episode is just going to be about the coronavirus.
Yeah. True.
So, is there any closing thoughts that we can give out?
That the virus is deadly, and if you're young, then even though you may not have the ability to catch it, there's still a chance that it can infect someone who is older, so it would be recommended that you stay indoors anyways, because the people of older age, the elders, if they catch that, you do not want to be responsible for the death if they do die.
You do not want to know what you did.
No one does.
It says we've been streaming for 21 minutes, but we started at 12.
Streamlabs says we've been streaming for about 46 minutes.
Yeah, and YouTube says we've been going for 21.
That's illegal. For real? YouTube for me says we've been going for about 40 minutes.
Oh.
I'm looking on the actual stream right now, and it says 21 minutes ago.
I'm looking at the YouTube Studio dashboard.
But yeah, just my closing thought.
6 minutes ago.
On my final thought, I 100% agree. It's very contagious. It's airborne contagious, which means that you can get it from like spit and stuff. So you want to be very, very careful.
Very good.
Because, and again, the older you are, the better chance you have of getting it. So just be sure to watch out. If you feel like you get it, talk to a doctor immediately, get yourself tested. Usually they're free. I'm pretty sure they're free here.
I think Donald Trump, the president, is trying to work on getting it to be free. And also there are some charities that are doing it for people. I know that the Gates Foundation is trying to fund it too. So
And trying to get it free.
yeah, and they've been doing tests, I think. So if you can, check out the Gates Foundation. I know they're researching into it. The Gates Foundation is ran by Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft. He no longer works there, though. It's not Bill Gates.
So, Skyrim Gamer, any closing thoughts, I guess?
Oh, this is a good sound so simple, but coronavirus kills people. It's like the flu and the Black Death. That's like the most. Hey.
Are you done?
I, for a second, I thought you just said if you get it, sounds like a you problem.
To me, it sounded like he said, if you get it, you
That's
gay.
what it sounded like you said.
It sounded like he said, if you get it, you gay.
If you get the coronavirus, you gay.
That wouldn't be very
But I don't know.
professional.
Yeah, so just be careful, everybody.
Stay safe, stay indoors, subscribe to us for good content.
Of course, you had to plug us in there.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm gonna plug? Hang on. I'm gonna.
Plug
I know
something
how
in
to
real quick?
plug. I know how to do this.
There's 4 people watching this.
You gave me the idea, so you're gonna have to suffer through this idea. Thank you, Kirby Fighter 25, for this genius.
What are you plugging me in there or something?
I'm plugging someone in.
Who are you plugging in? I don't know if I
You-
like this.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. And I want to change that to like that. There we go. I'm plugging someone in. I of course had to turn that on. Thank you for the idea. Do you get it?
Of course, you're gonna plug yourself in there.
Hey, I okay, I've had this animation set and all of that set for a while, and I just have never changed
It
it.
still says Typical Thieves though.
Yeah, I haven't remade it yet to my new channel.
I know, but just go subscribe to all of us. Stay safe, and are we gonna sign off?
Yes, we're signing off. See ya.
See you, everybody.
See you. Okay, I guess Gamer doesn't want to see you guys, but we